Hello and welcome back everyone to our playthrough of the 1.x MSQ running on Lizardizzle's build of the Iron Cannons Project Meteor server. Today we're going to be doing Legends Adrift. I've already set up the macros to where we need to teleport to, and I've also leveled my character to level 15, and that allowed the quest to appear at level 8, so let's get started. And I'll try my best not to butcher the dialogue this time. So let's talk to Battleron. Methinks I recall Gavin on some mighty sea beast, while lately the wench is overflowing with such rumors. Men starting to whisper it be none other than a terrible sea serpent, our fair goddess Lominsa, bound to the bottom of the abyss generations gone. I weren't no more than a wee brat the last time the serpent rose up from the depths, menaced the city. And I can tell you now, ain't a soul who thinks on them days fondly. Right, and you hear the barracudas were ambushed by the fishbacks just off the seal rock. Ardell's 7 gates a gap wide, letting it all the less than lucky ones. Aye, navigator guide their souls. But that's not the end of it. Word is, while the two were at each other's throats, the misery slipped by and landed on the island. The misery? You mean the Kraken's arm made it to the rock? And people have been saying their ship had been sitting low in the water when she made port, if you follow me. Wait, she'll Stola over there. Well met, I take that you're tired, that you are an adventurer. Mayhap you can assist me then. Might you have witnessed any apparently nondescript individuals aiding the Sahagin? Individuals bereft of their shadows? Maybe? I'll just say yes. By the 12, Death's cold grip grows even tighter. Ah, the Astalisha. As the Knights of the Barracuda have proven rather reticent in the decimation of their fightings, it is perhaps time I called upon less restrained characters. You're still here. Ah, right. Bloody sea serpent. Well, if she bent on knowing what appeared the last time, a grisly beast reared in a cursed head, I suggest you speak to some of the pirates that helped drive him back. And who knows, mayhap they'll give you a once-in-a-lifetime demonstration of how a marauder swings its axe while you're there. You seen the towering drumming down at the docks? That there be the Astalisha, one of the fiercest buggers in Limsa. Was a time when the marauders had cut your head off, for so much as looking at their shadow. Cooled down a bit now, their captain had be retired, opened up their ship, and to other pirate gangs had started a proper guild on their own. Coulda still can't stand 'em, though. Some folks just can't. let sleeping sea dogs life. Okay, so now we're gonna have to go to the Marauders Guild. Okay, well, we actually need to... Actually still need to talk to him. Oh, that's a side quest. Okay. So we could do that in a future video. So then, let's teleport to Limsa. That's strange, like the music just like stopped. Huh. That's strange. So I just downloaded the Horizon 11 private server for FF11, and I've been playing a little bit of that, so it's actually kind of cool to not really have to pay for FF11. It makes it easier for me to actually kind of learn that game, because I've been so on and off with actual FF11 that it just wasn't worth paying for. Okay, there's our quest marker. So I believe we go to the top. Had me worried there for a second. Oh, he's down down below. Oh, he just didn't appear when I walked in. Hopefully the music will kick back in. Sea serpent, ha! Lead them tales to the fairy. Not the only monster a pirate knows, be the sea herself. There ain't none colder. If you're in search of a old wives' tale, best seek out an old wife or man who would be no better than one. Venture over here. can't bring the sea serpent's teeth. If it pleases you, give us but a coin, replenish me stain, and we got ourselves a deal. Much obliged. Off we go then. That's what a bloody outsider is like you get for talking near's the end earshot of me. If you're thinking what would come from that in the abyss, it'd be a legend of swallowtail Rome come true. And me days drinking of born be gone in a snap and snake's fingers if very hands mind ya. My brain is just giving up on this dialogue right now. Man, it just got taken out. Solomon, my good man. I'm sure you have better things to do than harass my boys. Why, I thought you'd be seeking revenge against the Sahagin, seeing as they erased your fleet and all. Word has it, a man by the name of Emmerich is in your employ. Hand him over and we'll be on our way. You haven't a peg leg to stand on, Carvelin. We know Emmerich was the one who sold our navigational charts to the fishbacks. We have a witness. Quite an accusation. If it is true, then that would mean this lad is a traitor to his own kith and kin. The Sahagin are not merely enemies of the Barracuda, but enemies of Limsa Lominsa and all who call her home, including us. You may call us pirates, but we have rules, just as you do. Very well. You have leave to search the ship for the one that you seek, men. So Emmerich is somewhere in the boat here. I heard it all, Carvelin. Oh dear me, believes the Admiral's lapdog on to something to you. What in the navigator's name has become of this city? I find this situation as perplexing as you, my dear Rosalind. And all this time I believed it was your man, Beraldalin, who was stolen the charge after infiltrating the Barracuda's ranks. Tread carefully, Captain. Rod barely escaped with his life when the fishbacks ambushed the Kudas. If this rat Emmerich really did betray his kind, I personally guarantee that Stallman and his bootlickers will be the least of his worries. Get your stinking hands off me, scurry bleeding arsons. I ain't done nothing, you couldn't have proved nothing if I had. Say, you don't fuck with that guy. One last thing, Carvelin. It looks as if this boy was taught a lesson before we found him. You know anything about this? Might have been he spilled some rum on the captain's vestments. You run a strict ship, Captain. I do, and that is why the next time you pay us a visit, you will not forget to knock. and sea serpent. Gods alone know why don't they drag them Kudas screaming down the abyss. Ain't so much as touched some pullers neither now, has he? They be trawling out of the stinking rock nigh on every morn. Oh, you sorry for the misunderstanding afore, matey. By the way, to read compass, I has a right generous proposition for ya. If you'd be so good as to get me a few kudas, I'll make ya a pirate. Colonel Rothathon, there'll not be a dog on the Astilicia that ain't heard your name before long. What do you say, lassie? Aye aye, Captain. Talk the talk, but do you walk the walk? We'll see that you be made sooner than later. I reckon. Okay, so now we got a Link Pearl update. Been playing with your trade on Astilicia now, have you? Well, I can't say that I didn't have any doubts about sending you in there. And an horrible feeling that the only way you'd be getting off that ship were in a rum barrel on the starboard side. What is this you say? Could have turned up uninvited? The nice used to be no better than the worst than them pirates. Now they have gone and gotten all righteous. But they put on a grand show today, eh? By the way, some we last from the pullers was up here a few bells back, looking for you and yours. Seems urgent, like. Bargain adventurer, is it safe to assume you're already gone and forgotten our most recent affair? Wonderful, which brings me to the next request, or should I call it offer. I was wondering if you'd be interested in joining me on a Sahagan hunt. I know the perfect spot. Hold on, let me mark your map. No questions now. See you there then. So now, if I remember correctly, it says use the journal to find the location, but... Okay, yeah, it does work. I think it was the God script one that didn't quite show up. But yeah, let's teleport. Because it would be kind of a trip to walk all the way out here. I believe it was just right down there. So we can just open up the journal again. Yep. Okay, so there should be a cave right up here. It's nice to be able to go back to these areas and actually be doing something rather than kind of walking around and exploring it. So good of you to come. Now let's begin. Oh, don't tell me you came empty-handed. What, you thought that we were going to be fighting actual Sahagin? Do I look like someone who can wrestle down a 200-pound beast from the bottom of the sea? Just a fisher with a hook, a puller with a pole. We're here to collect Berry Remora, a tiny breed of shark that releases a milky poison the Sahagin detest. I've been catching them in these waters since I was a girl. When I was young, the beasts were more of a nuisance than an actual threat. The most we dealt with being the occasional cut net or stolen boy. Now they're attacking the pullers themselves, putting everyone on edge. Some of my sailmates have even given the profession out of fear for their lives. And it all started when the seal rock appeared from the mist. Since that day, I've been trying to convince Wabalago that the island is actually Swallowtail Rome, and that if we continue to disturb it, the Guardian and her minions will avenge themselves upon those who would defile the sacred domain. He just laughs, however, attributing to my concerns. Legend has it that long, long ago the world was a parched wasteland, filled with nothing but fire and rocks. Limalayan, the navigator, saw this and created a giant serpent to spout forth water and create Eorzea's oceans. But soon she realized that the serpent would never stop, and that all the land would be one day disappear beneath the waves. So she sealed the beast away within a floating island called Swallowtail Rome. The island drifts about the sea so that those with evil intentions might never find it. If the rumors are true, then the sea serpent has escaped from Swallowtail Rome. Then it won't be long before the seas begin to rise once more, and Limsa is swallowed a whole. Sweet Sister Pooh. Uncle Stallman. He's up there the whole time. I thought I told you it was dangerous to fish here, even with friends. Friends? Oh, you mean her? She's not my friend, but I'll be alright. Fairies keep all the nasty fishmen away. Oh, thanks. Not her friend. You don't seem the dangerous type. Can I trust you watched over Sisapu while you're here? It would be a great shame if anything were to happen to our little witness. Did you catch the man who was talking to the fishes? In fact, we did. His name was Emmerich, and he was working for a bad pirate named Carlevin. Hopefully, we can use the Emmerich to help us catch Carlevin as well, and then throw them both in jail, where they'll never bother anyone, including you, ever again. So am I safe now? Yes, my dear, you have nothing to be scared of. It's Emmerich's turn to be scared now. The Kraken's arms wants to eliminate Emmerich, and along with him, any evidence that they were connected to the whole affair. Roswin and her sanguine sirens want his neck after what he did, resulting in injury of their best man. Perhaps that was a little too difficult for you to understand, Sisapu. I don't know, but it sounds like Emmerich is one that needs protecting, not me. You should be back at the jail, watching over him. For one so young, you are impressively observant. Well, you don't have to worry about him, child. We have him hidden someplace a pirate wouldn't even imagine looking. I suppose that's alright then. Still, you should be heading back to the city, says Pooh. The bad men know this is your favorite fishing spot. They will know to come here if they are looking to catch you. Yes, sir. You see, adventurer, Sisapu is one of the only survivors of Brookhaven, a village recently raised by the Sahagin. She was hiding when she saw Emmerich speaking with one of the Sahagin contacts. I'm not accusing you of anything, but there are those who would see that little girl dead for what she knows. If she sensed anything amiss while you are out here, I ask that you bring Sisyphus directly to the custom house at Malevolence Gate. Haha, I caught another. What, you think I'm hoarding all the remora and leaving none for you? Alright, I can take a hint. I'll fish somewhere else. Stay here as long as you like. Don't forget who informed you of this prime location. Consider it payback for escorting me to the lighthouse. Now we're even. Okay, so we got a Link Pearl update. Just beyond the Pearl with them Scarleries down the Malevolence Gate. Seems they're looking for it. Now what could that be about? Ain't gone, I've rung some unsavory into the port again, now have ya? Anything and everything that comes into Limsa must pass through the gate. Scarleries there keep an eye out for items that might pose a threat to the city, as well as them might not make a sackful of coin through tax. Of course, the Scarleries would have been set to Kuda's fetch ya if it wasn't any bother, so I doubt your neck would be in the news just yet. Okay, so now we have to go to the Arcanist Guild. Arcanist, I kind of say it, I say both, but it's kind of different every time I say it. Arcanist. Okay, so the quickest way, I would just maybe go down this, just to go down these stairs. Try to steer clear of that elevator. I haven't confirmed that it soft locks, but try to be as careful as we can. I know in the main build it actually works. I'm almost wondering if we could transfer those scripts over to the quest build. So I was thinking of that with the Chocobo. I just find it kind of weird that when I dismounted the Chocobo, it crashed. Those are just going to be more things I'm going to test once I have all the dungeons recorded. Because after the dungeons, it's pretty much just like finding like videos to do. Because obviously I have the dollar mode videos planned after the dungeons, but once the sort of main exploration is done, I'm kind of free to do any kind of videos. Okay, and we arrive at the Arcanist Guild. This lady. Greetings and welcome to Malevolence Gate. We have been expecting you, Slurp the Derp. I have little time to spend on idle chatter, so I will get to the point. You are lent a weapon, a standard issue flintlock, by one of the Knights of the Barracuda, and now that weapon has gone missing. The unauthorized removal of the Barracuda firearm from the city limits is strictly prohibited under the Ooh, that's a big word. I'm just gonna say charter. Each and every weapon assigned to the knight is magically engraved with a number that identifies the weapon and its owner, making them easy to track and impossible to sell on the black market. Before you make a mistake of your life, I strongly suggest that you hand over the weapons so we can all return to our blissfully mundane lives. Claim the weapon was confiscated from you by Sergeant Massacoin. Are you certain of this? That he was assigned to the Seal Rock unit. Oh shit. I believe it was an explosion from somewhere within the building. Alright, you Scarlies, put down your clothes and shut your ass. I'm looking for Emery. Okay, very fast dialogue. Oh, and those you be thinking of bolting out of the back way may want to think again, unless you're fancy chairing your own rear entrance, that is. Come on, girls, we have a rat to catch. I can't remember a single quest that she was in ARR. I know she's like in a building, but I wish they'd done more with her in ARR. She's a pretty cool character. I grew wary of this city and endless simmering tensions, though I abhor violence that will not prevent me from taking decisive action when the occasion calls for it. Might now be such an occasion. Over here. Is there no end to this? Come along. I believe I know an alternate means of exit. You. I do apologize, but now does not seem to be the best time for heartfelt reunions. You may not have noticed, but your quaint little custom house is overrun with stark, raving, mad she-pirates. It had not escaped my attention. They seek a young pirate named Emmerich, though I know not why they imagine him to be here. A miraculous coincidence indeed, for I seek the same man. Ah, but you may have put your worries aside, for a pirate I am not. I shall only speak with this Emmerich concerning a certain shadowless associate. Shadowless? I'm afraid I know nothing of the pirate in whom you have all taken such an enthusiastic interest. I first assessed her. My only concern is for the safety of the artifact we unearthed on Seal Rock, so I plainly cannot assist you in your investigation. I appeal to your better self to aid me until the vile interlopers has left my guild. An artifact? Of what manner? A stone tablet covered with letters or runes of a language far older than any found in our archives. We have been attempting to decipher it for Sun Knights Space. I believe it may reveal more regarding the treasure that your quarry and his Kraken brethren are rumored to have stolen. Ah yes, Rotano Bloodcant. Few remain who are versed in this tongue. And fain to suffer fell remeries, wherewith to loose overreaching seas. Of course, they will use the key to call forth an army. You can read the tablet? Tell me, what does the rest say? I would be delighted, but it seems these pirates have other plans. Stay close if you value your life. Wonder if we'll ever find out what the rest of that tablet says. Voluptuous pirate. The voluptuous adventurer became a voluptuous pirate. Captain, the crews are here with reinforcement. It's time we disappeared. Just as I was starting to have some fun. Alright, well, Scarlies, ain't one of you thinking they'll mention the sirens when Kudas come in asking their questions? Remember, we knows where each and every one of you takes their rest, savvy. Now back to looking busy. I must continue my search for Emmerich. Should you happen upon him before I, join him and wear the man without a shadow. You over there, quickly. Ask me a question. Anything. We must make this look proper. First assessor, are you alright? Character's completely spazzed out there. So I guess now we're in the current time. So we were in the past, now we're in the current time. Yes, I was simply lost in thought. The weapon. I believe I shall inquire with the Knights of the Barracuda once more. You may go, Slurp the Dirt. Alright, so now we got another Link Pearl update. Looking for a lad named Emmerich, eh? Emmerich sounds right familiar, though I get hundreds of lads in my pub every day. Why don't you come by the wench? We can talk more of this fellow's whereabouts, or a tall, warm ale. Okay, so now we gotta go back to the Adventurers Guild. And this time I'm gonna actually walk up there because it's not too far. And then I believe this is the last part of the Legends Adrift, so I think this is going to be a little bit shorter. It's absolutely fantastic, and being able to go through even just the starting MSQ. Well, I'm looking forward to when we reach a point where we can get into the main MSQ. Okay, now we'll just teleport in. Nope. Strange, what's going on here? That might honestly be it, because yeah, that quest ain't showing up here. Okay, so I figured out why we couldn't finish the quest. It was because I was level 15, and I think the Never the Twain Shall Meet quest sort of override certain actions, so I just restarted my character and we just kept her at level 1, so now we can actually complete the quest. So just be wary of if you're going to give your character XP, make sure it's like below the next quest requirement, so you shouldn't have any issues like this. So let's complete the quest now. So, Legends Adrift. Harry, take this. Been meaning to give it to you for some time now, and now it's as good as time as any. Now about this Emmerich. For after this treacherous sod, what went and sold to the Kudus of the fishbacks for an handful of sparklies, eh? Well, if I was the betting sort, I'd wager to be cage or in the big Drummond anchored offshore. The knights send the worst of the worst out there till they be sentenced. Keep a brigade like this in a coral tower, and it won't be long before some lad with the fires of vengeance burning an hole in his belly scales is way up the walls. Opts into the cell and then does the sorry bugger in his sleep. What's the Stallman's idea? That out of my way in the ship, it was. Problem is, getting on the vessel ain't going to be an easy task, especially for a greenback like yourself. Why don't you drop by the winch once we have done a few more notches on your blade, and then I might be able to help you. Then we're supposed to get 300 XP points and then 15,000 gil. And that brings us to the end of this video. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the 1.x content, and make sure to follow Lizardizzle on Twitch if you're interested in 1.0's progression. I will put a link down in the description to his Twitch channel. In the next video we will do Never the Twain Shall Meet MSQ, and that will be the final quest in the Limsa storyline. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.